Hello, I'm Cynthia Hunt, and today on SocialRx, we're going to discuss an important social skill called active listening. Active listening helps you build trust and understand other people's situations and feelings. This empowers you to offer support and empathy. Unlike critical listening, active listening seeks to understand rather than reply. The goal is for the other person to be heard, validated, and inspired to solve their problems. Here are a few techniques that can help you develop this skill. First, be fully present. Being present involves giving your full attention to the speaker. Put away your cell phone, ignore distractions, avoid daydreaming, and shut down your internal dialogue. Second, pay attention to nonverbal cues. Believe it or not, the words someone is saying are only a very small part of what they're communicating. Things like how quickly or slowly they're speaking, their volume or tone of voice, their facial expression, gestures, and body language can tell you a tremendous amount about how they're feeling. Third, eye contact. When engaged in active listening, making eye contact is particularly important. It tells the other person that you are present and listening to what they have to say. It also shows that you aren't distracted by anything else around you. At the same time, you don't want to use so much eye contact that the conversation starts to feel weird. To keep this from happening, follow the 50-70 rule. This involves maintaining eye contact for about 50 to 70% of the time spent listening, holding the contact 4 to 5 seconds before briefly looking away. You can switch to looking at their mouth or their hand gestures, but don't repeatedly look at your watch as they may think you're getting bored. Next, ask open-ended questions. Asking yes or no questions often produces dead-end answers. This is not helpful during active listening as it keeps the conversation from flowing. Instead, ask open-ended questions to show that you are interested in the conversation and the other person. Examples of open-ended questions you might use during active listening can include, what did you think about that? How did that make you feel? What do you think is the best path moving forward? Open-ended questions encourage thoughtful, expansive responses. Next, mirroring. After the person has spoken, tell them in your own words what you heard. This active listening technique ensures that you've captured their thoughts, ideas, and/or emotions accurately. It also helps the other person feel validated and understood while keeping any potential miscommunications to a minimum. Briefly summarize what you've heard and give the person the opportunity to say whether you've captured their meaning or intent correctly. If you'd like to better understand something the person has said, do ask for clarification, but don't focus so much on insignificant details that you miss the big picture. Where or when something took place isn't as important as what took place. Next, be patient. Patience is an important active listening technique because it allows the other person to speak without interruption. It also gives them the time to say what they are thinking without you trying to finish their sentences for them. Being patient involves not trying to fill periods of silence with your own thoughts or stories. It also requires listening to understand, not to respond or advise. Don't prepare a reply while the other person is still speaking. You may miss something. Also, don't change the subject too abruptly, as this can convey boredom and impatience. During active listening, you are there to act as a sounding board rather than to jump in with your own ideas and opinions about what is being said. It's not about what you think. It's about what they're feeling. Which leads us to withholding judgment. Remaining neutral and non-judgmental in your responses enables the other person to feel comfortable with sharing their thoughts with you. It turns the conversation into a safe zone where they can trust they won't be shamed, criticized, blamed, or otherwise negatively received. Getting into the habit of active listening can have positive impacts in many key areas and relationships in your life. It does take practice, but the benefits can be profound. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and to be notified when we post something new, click the bell. Bye!